Aloha from Kilipohe, Ikekani Loa. Today we got a little project for gardening. This is gardening on the Big Island, and we have this little area here that had these big Puna rose plants. That's what these things are called, Puna rose. And when they're alive and growing, they just grow like weeds. This is one here. It doesn't have any flowers on it, but they're just, they're really kind of bushy, and man, if you don't take care of them, this is another invasive plant here with these berries. But if you don't take care of these Puna rose, and these guys too, they'll just take over the whole hillside. So we're trying to keep them down. The only way I found to really take care of them is to cut them back real good and then take a torch and burn the stumps. And if they start growing back, then I'll burn them again. But we want to put a gardenia here, so we have something to see out of the window. Some nice smelling plant. And this is where probably ohia log fell when the lava came through here, and so that's a good place to start. We could put it right in there, but it wouldn't have much room for its roots to grow. Ohia log probably goes probably up to about here and then down that way. Maybe it fell uphill when the lava came. It's hard to say. I don't want to bear the whole thing off. So, got the garden tool out here. This is the jackhammer I bought from my friend Austin, and we'll use the chipper bit to get it out, to get some of that lava out of there, and see how it goes. So I'll get set up, and we'll try to go down a couple of feet, and it'll drain real well anyway, because we'll be breaking through the surface of it, and it's got that channel, so water will come down the hill, water the gardenia, and after we get the hole dug, we'll fill that in with potting mix and use that as kind of the pot for it. But that's the rough outline of what we're going to do. I'll get set up and we'll get going. Okay, that's a good start. We'll get a wheelbarrow and all that rock out of there and see where we stand. Plants. They're hell. They're real fibrous, so when you get in there with the weed whacker, try to cut one of those back, it just goes around and around on the string and doesn't cut. Alright, so we kind of got the outsides cut back a little bit there. You can still see that's the bottom where that trunk was. We went a little deeper here. So I'll concentrate this high side here and see if we can't get it a little deeper. But you might wonder about my outfit here. I make these shirts I get on eBay, and long sleeve moisture wicking shirts, and the balaclava I get on Amazon, and I sew them the neck here. And this is I wear it now for sweat because it kind of channels the sweat off my head. With the COVID, I haven't had a haircut in about 3 months, so my hair just gets in my eyes and stuff. So but I made these originally for the fire ants on the Big Island, because fire ants are real bad, and if you don't have something to keep them from going down the back of your neck, that's where they will go and bite the back of your neck up. So we treat for fire ants now, so I haven't had problems with them in a long time, but I keep these shirts around for sweaty work like this, because it takes the sweat off my face. Okay, back to whacking. we just had a little downpour and use this stiff bristle broom to sweep it out a little bit. So it's not quite as deep as I wanted, I think, but that's about all I can handle. Probably 12 inches over here at the low end and 16 up at the top. This is what I'm going to be throwing in there, just soil. Our selection, I guess because of the COVID, our selection of garden soils is pretty limited these days, so we just kind of get what we get. I'll put this bag in there and see how much it gets in there. There's a lot of soil that came out of this trench, so I'll throw that back in there too on top, or layer it in a little bit, try to keep the big rocks out of it. I don't know, what this kind of stuff will do for the soil, if it's too acidic or not, so I'm not going to put too much of that in there, but we'll see. And it's just a plant. It'll grow or it won't. That's kind of how I go with things. But we did want something besides Ampuna roses here, and we got this nice gardenia, Tahitian Gardenia Tiare. We'll put that in there, and hopefully it'll grow. All right, I'll bring you back for that. All right, well, there she is. I think she was sitting on the hill with the sun pointed this way before. I didn't notice that before I put her in the hole, so she'll work it all out. That was about 1.5 bags of that soil. Make it 3.5 cubic feet, give or take. And I'll probably have to come in and dress in some more later because it'll compact down. But she's got a good little base to start with. A little bit of water, nice spot with some shade and some sun. So about this method, this is the first time I've done this with the with digging a hole. We put a ulu tree in a big crack in the back, filled that with mulch and soil, and put the tree down in the crack, and then filled in on top of it with more mulch and soil. So that's as close to this method as I've come. This method was described to me by the person that sold me the jackhammer, and he was a horticultural student, and they moved back to the mainland, and they described doing this kind of thing with all of the fruit trees that were on their property in order to get enough soil down in the ground that they could plant the fruit trees. They dug holes in them, and I visited their property when I bought that stuff from them, so I could see that everything was growing pretty well. Anyway, that's where I got the idea for that. And I'll go and show you here where we put the other one. This one we didn't have to dig for because this corner has been well fertilized. So when you could go back and look at the history of videos for Kilipohe, but this driveway area, there was a big huge tree right here, double branch trash tree, and most of it got chipped into this bed over here where all this Loa'e fern is. These ferns we pulled up and brought up here from the back, and this is also the Olena bed. So this is where we have the other Tiare, and she's been doing good, putting out some blossoms, and this is probably the most fertile corner we have here. But this is Olena. I don't see any more coming up just yet. But I added mulch. Oh yeah, there's a whole bunch of them back there. So this will just be solid Olena when they grow up. But this is the productive of papaya trees. Maybe that other one's ready to go, but it stopped for, oh, there is a blossom on top there now. Awesome. I was worried it had stopped blossoming, and I was worried I was going to have to cut it down, but it looks like it's coming back again. This one's doing pretty good. Got a lot of, these are from doubles, I guess. I don't know. I hadn't really paid too much attention to this tree. Anyway, that's the garden at Kilipohe, Keikani Lehua. And we have more videos to come. The decking is in, we'll show that later. And next week or week after we'll be calling for inspection, final inspection. And that'll be it. We'll be done with the house, well, done so we can move in and and then we get to work on other stuff. All right, aloha.